shot this time at a junior middleweight championship, but today fighting as a full-fledged middleweight, 160 pounds. Had to shed a pound to make that weight yesterday. The taller Gatti will have the reach advantage of about 3 inches, but McGirt with the advantage in experience. The rules here in the state of Mississippi, there is a standing 8 count that can be called by the referee. If there are 3 knockdowns in a round, then the fight is over. Bell can save a fighter only in the final round, and should an accidental butt occur before 5 rounds, it would be a technical draw. After that, they'll go to the cards. And for the introductions, let's go to our ring announcer, Mark Biro.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Biloxi Grand Theater and the Grand Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi, where CBS Sports Show Series continues unboxing. Today's 10-round middleweight bout is between James Buddy McGraw and Joe Gatti. Under the auspices of the Mississippi State Athletic Commission, the chairman, the Honorable Billy Lyons, Chief Deputy Commissioner Sal Taranto, and Commissioner in attendance Jim Fagan. Ring officials assigned by the Mississippi State Athletic Commission. Your judges at ringside are, from Biloxi, Mississippi, Fred Steinwinder III and Chester Como. From New Orleans, Louisiana, Martin Casino. Your ringside physician is Dr. T.K. Ellis. Your referee for this event, from Destrehan, Louisiana, the elegant Elmo Adol. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Garden State Boxing, in association with Grand Casino Biloxi and CBS Sports, presents main event, 10 rounds, middleweights. Introducing first, in the blue corner to my right, wearing the white trunks with red accessories, he weighs 160 pounds. His professional record, 22 victories, 4 defeats. He has 17 knockouts. He hails from Montreal, Canada, Lightning Joe Gatti. His opponent in the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim, also weighing 160 pounds, with a professional record of 65 victories, 4 defeats, 1 draw. He has 44 knockouts. He hails from Brentwood, New York, former 2-time champion of the world, James Buddy McGirt.
Buddy Joe, I've given you instructions prior to coming in the ring. I want you to have a tough, clean fight. Pay attention to my command. Shake hands and come back.
So James Buddy McGirt, the heaviest he has been as a professional, 160 pounds. At the weigh-in yesterday, having to shed 1 to make that weight. Joe Gatti, a natural middleweight, realizing this is a great opportunity, national television against a national name in Buddy McGirt. Gatti in white, former sparring partner of the outstanding Canadian Matthew Hilton. And in fact, his sister Anna Marie is married to Davey Hilton. Those are 2 of the most successful Canadian boxers in recent times, and Gatti hopes to join their ranks with a victory over McGirt here today. 22 wins, 4 losses, 17 knockouts for Gatti, including in his last outing over James Stokes. Buddy McGirt, 65 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 44 KOs. His last time out, a 10-round decision over Buck Smith. That was the first fight after his second loss to Pernell Whitaker. And that fight came in January of this year. A workmanlike but not overly impressive performance by McGirt, who weighed 154 for that fight.
And Tim, both trainers told me that their fighters are knocking guys out in the gym, so if that's the case, we may see some big bombs thrown early in the fight. There was a good left hook by Gatti.
And we saw 2 early left hooks from Buddy McGirt, something we'll be watching with interest here to see if he is indeed throwing it freely. He feels that his new trainer, Jimmy Dupree, a former light heavyweight contender, has helped him to gain confidence in throwing that left hook following the shoulder surgery. Feels that he's throwing it more correctly than he did before. Joe!
Tim, Hector Roca, Gatti's trainer, said that he's settled him down. They used to call him lightning because he was jumping all over the ring, but he's got him fighting flat-footed now and trying to avoid punches with body movement, which would make him a much harder puncher.
No knockdown. Combination by McGirt, but Gatti took it readily and literally just moved forward and stepped on the feet of McGirt, sending him to the canvas.
Well, again, Buddy's going to be hitting a much bigger man in this fight. And a lot of times these fighters, when they move up in weight, they lose a lot of that punching power. But let's see if that's the case today.
Seconds left in round number 1. Scheduled for 10. Left hook landed by McGirt. The body of Gatti coming to the end of round number 1. Round number 2, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy with Pat O'Brien in Biloxi, Mississippi, to bring you this important middleweight bout. James Buddy McGirt and Joe Gatti. Joe Gatti from Montreal, Canada. Buddy McGirt from Brentwood, New York. Trains in New Jersey.
Tim, if I was in Gatti's corner, I'd tell him to forget about hitting Buddy McGirt in the head for a while. Just concentrate on that body, and it's going to be easier to hit him in the head. Buddy is very, very difficult to nail with a solid punch on a lead.
2 good jabs by Gatti, following one by McGirt. Gatti was very relaxed in his dressing room about a half hour before the fight. He realizes the importance of this battle, but he has been in one big fight before, even though he was knocked out in the first round by Terry Norris. Took the fight on short notice, had to train way down, more than 25 pounds. And he is a much improved fighter since that bout.
Well, Tim, I think he summed up this pretty good in his interviews. When he said it's going to be his size and strength and punching power against McGirt's experience.
And he just landed a left hook to the head of McGirt.
Looping right hand.
Right hand scored by McGirt down the pipe. Short right inside from Gatti. He showed an effective uppercut in his last win over Stokes. Of course, this is a much shorter boxer than Stokes was, the man he's facing, Buddy McGirt. Overhand right scored by McGirt.
And Gatti punched right back, Tim.
Yes, he did. He has not been stopped at any point here in terms of his ability to keep coming forward through the punches of McGirt.
Well, Tim, that may be that weight difference, because when McGirt hit him with the right hand, he didn't move him at all, and Gatti was able to counter.
Under a minute to go in round 2. Hector Roca, the trainer of Joe Gatti, told us that by watching McGirt in recent fights, feels that he'll probably fade midway through this bout. He used to train McGirt. He knows him well. They feel like the more pressure they can put on McGirt early, they'll help that fatigue factor take over midway through the fight. Under 30 seconds to go, round 2. McGirt now 31 years of age. This fight will tell a lot for him. If he can win impressively against a full-fledged middleweight, and his dream of winning another world championship, probably at 154, would be a somewhat realistic goal. End of round 2. Round number 3 live from the Grand Hotel and Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. Buddy McGirt in blue, Joe Gatti in white, middleweights. Remember,
again,
go ahead,
Again, Gatti's trying to hit that head where he should be going to the body. They're talking about wearing McGirt out. That's the place to do it.
McGirt's first title came at 140 pounds as a junior welterweight. And he defeated Simon Brown for the welterweight championship of the world at 147. Recently moved up to 154, but comes in for this fight at 160.
Good combination by McGirt. Finished up with that left hook. He's so crafty in there, Tim. Looks to set you up, makes you lead, then he counters.
Gatti working the jab well here. Really going.
McGirt avoids punches so easily, though. It's just amazing. Got very good eyes.
And there's that left hook banging to the body. Gatti landed the combination, but failed to keep the pressure on. McGirt's hands down. Picking out the left hand to Gatti.
And Tim, you know, when McGirt blocks that big punch of Gatti's, believe me, he can feel Gatti's power.
There's a big left hand by McGirt. There's the left hook that he says is back in 1995. Knocked the mouthpiece out of Gatti's mouth.
And Tim, the rule here is when there's a lull in the action, they'll stop and put the mouthpiece back. There hasn't been any lull in the action thus far, though.
Under a minute to go in the third. A little blood from near the corner of the left eye of Gatti. Opened up just about 30, 40 seconds ago. Right hand lead landed by McGirt. Excellent concentration as always by Buddy McGirt. Eye on the target.
That's the thing, Tim. He's watching those gloves of the other guy all the time.
Just missed a chopping right hand. Going over the top. Raised the chin of Gatti. That's the end of round number 3 with a couple of extra shots following the bell. They'll have to work on Gatti in his corner.
What happened with the body went, Joe? What happened with the body? Forget it, Joe. Put pressure. That's okay. Joe, put pressure. You want to stay so, Joe. Okay?
Good job, son.
Come on, Joey. Come on, let's fight, man. Throw 2 hands. You see you gapping. When he stops, you stop. Let it go right away, Joe. Okay. Let it go. You're waiting. When he stops, you stop. You have to fight back right away, Joey. Okay? Come on, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
It's all right. It's good.
Okay? You have to work with Joe. Okay? 2 hands at inside. 2 hands.
So Hector Roja and the corner of Gatti attending to the cut. And Roja with the encouragement for Joe Gatti. We're into round number 4.
What Hector was telling him again between rounds, you've got to keep the pressure on him because he has a history of fading in the later rounds. I don't know where he got that from. But in the meanwhile, what Gatti is doing wrong again is trying to hit that elusive head instead of going to the body, especially if their strategy is to wear Buddy out. Here's where he should be banging.
2 shots to the body, but the second one low and gets a warning from the referee, Elmo Adolf.
You can see the bigger, stronger man, though, manhandling Buddy on the inside.
Wings a right hand. Got a piece of McGirt. McGirt's so difficult to find, and he scores with a counter right. McGirt is definitely letting that left hook go freely in this fight, Gil.
It certainly is, Tim. That one big left hook was the best punch of the fight.
Gatti starting to go to the body a little more here in this round. This is number 4, scheduled for 10.
But again, as Gatti said, so far the experience, I think, is doing the job over the strength.
Buddy McGirt, victories over the likes of Sal Mambi, Frankie Warren, Howard Davis, Edwin Curette, Tony Baldazar, Joe Manley, all tough guys. Simon Brown, Patricio Oliva. Gatti has not been in against that caliber of competition. And now Buddy McGirt finding the range, backing up Gatti for the first time in the fight.
That's him, those punches he landed. If it would have been against the lighter man, the guy would have been out of there already. He really nailed him.
Under 30 seconds to go in round 4.
Keep him up.
McGirt timing his counters effectively, doing some damage. Final seconds of round number 4.
Exciting moments in sports history. On May 20th, the Warrior, two-time world heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield returns to the ring against merciless Ray Mercer, plus Hector Macho Camacho. Don't miss the next moment.
You really want a cellular phone? Questions, we've got answers.
Back in Biloxi, Mississippi, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy ready for round 5, scheduled for 10. Good work in the corner of Joe Gatti. There was no bleeding during round number 4 from the cut at the corner of his left eye. The cut man is Jim Waldrop. Had to work on it again at the end of the 4th round, but it did not present a problem for him in the last round. The only problem presented has been by Buddy McGirt, who has picked up his tempo and the timing on his counterpunching.
Tim, as we say in the boxing business, right now McGirt is taking Gatti to school. He's showing him what it is to step up in class against a named fighter. Gatti's going to have to get lucky and land a real solid punch to get back in this fight, because Buddy is really doing a job on him now.
Joe Gatti has best victories over Ralph Moncrief, Oscar Noriega on his 22 victories. Just not the same number of quality fighters faced by Buddy McGirt in his long and distinguished career. There's a big right hand by McGirt and another right hand lead score.
And Gatti is not punching back when he gets nailed with those punches, and that would be the big chance he would have if he can catch Buddy with one of those hands down.
And a smaller, shorter McGirt finding the range here, scoring at will now. Another good combination.
Stop. No holding and hitting. All right, let's go.
Warning for holding and hitting. You could hear it from Elmo Adolph, the referee. A little blood now from that cut at the corner of the left eye. McGirt, I don't think, has missed a scoring punch, and down goes Joe Gatti on an overhand right.
And Hector Roca has stopped.
Yes, he did. He jumped into the ring. It's all over here in the 5th. A KO by Buddy McGirt. Very impressive performance for James Buddy McGirt. Trainer Hector Roja, as soon as Gatti went to the Kansas, Roja was in the ring. So James Buddy McGirt, his first victory at 160 pounds, telling us in the pre-fight interviews that he wants to campaign at 154. I would expect that that's where he'll try to settle in his next title bid. We'll ask him about that, but at 160, he was impressive today against a full-fledged middleweight.
Let's take a look at the way Buddy McGirt, he just looks to counter this kid, and every time the kid sticks a hand out, he got nailed. Perfect right hand right over that left hand. Here you can see Buddy again trying to time everything, loading up, and bang, right on the button. You can't get hit harder than that.
Gil, you know, he had scored about 7 consecutive punches that were all scoring punches in a row leading up to this right hand. He had just had the timing down perfectly, and that one over the top, that right hand, was perfectly timed right to the chin of Joe Gatti, and a 5th round knockout scored by James Buddy McGirt. We'll be back to talk to the winner. Stay with us here on the CBS Sports Show. We'll be right back live from Biloxi, Mississippi. Here's another look at the knockout scored by James Buddy McGirt in the 5th round here in Biloxi against Joe Gatti. Perfectly timed right hand upcoming after Buddy had scored about 8 consecutive scoring punches, setting up Gatti for the knockout blow. Perfectly timed counterpunch over the left. And his first victory at 160 pounds. And he joins us here now in the center of the ring in Biloxi. Let's go to the ring announcer, Mark Biro, for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute, 44 seconds of the 5th round. The winner by knockout, James Buddy McGirt.
Here's Buddy McGirt. Buddy, you know, I got to tell you, we were a little concerned in terms of the weight when you told us in the interview that you thought you'd come in about 56, 57. Then you wound up at 61, having to shed a pound. What happened there?
The good food down in Mississippi. it just put the weight on me. But I was in great shape. You know, thanks to my manager, Alcedo, and my trainer, Jimmy Dupree, and everybody that's been working with me. My hook has been working good. Jimmy and Al's been in the gym, had me working on my hook over and over and over. And the hook is back, and Buddy McGirt is back.
You were throwing the hook, no doubt about it. We're going to show you the knockout again. And I guess, again, the question here now for you will be, is 154 right or is 160 right? You look comfortable at this weight.
Well, Tim, is like this. If any junior middleweight champion want to fight, any middleweight champ want to fight, Buddy McGirt is here. I'm ready for any and everybody. When I got on the scale yesterday, I thought about our conversation with you and Gil. I was like, they're going to say Buddy's overweight, he's out of shape. But they weighed me today before I fought with my clothes on. I only weigh 165. Right. So I was good. But Tim, I'd like to say that this was a birthday present to my daughter, Chantel. I missed her birthday because I was training. But this was for you, Chantel, and Daddy loves you, baby.
Well, that's a great birthday present, Buddy. And I guess you got to feel now so good about knocking out a legitimate middleweight here that that your goal of winning yet another championship, whether it's at 154 or 160, is a realistic one.
Oh, definitely, Tim. You know, what happened was that it was a mental block, and Jimmy Dupree was always in the gym helping us. But it was always a case of not being able to see the forest for the trees. You know, the answer to our problem was right there, and we just couldn't do it. But it takes a tough man to make a tender chicken, and Jimmy did it right.
Well, Jimmy Dupree certainly helped you with that left hand. You threw it well today. It was a great performance. Buddy McGirt, perhaps on track again for another championship opportunity. And let's return you now to Pat O'Brien. Pat?